Hi, guys, and welcome back to another Ultras 11 podcast. I'm your host, Joe.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're joined with our very special guest, Julian Rosati. It's been a while, but got a lot of Chelsea talk to bring up here.
A lot to talk about in today's episode about Chelsea.
Sure, we can't stay out of the news.
Yeah, sure. These guys are just whatever.
Not always for the right reasons.
But today we're going to talk about Chelsea. We're going to talk about how they actually finally decided to grow a pair and sack Graham Potter. We'll be touching upon even Bayern Munich and who they decided to replace Nagelsmann which is kind of crazy.
Who seems probably very familiar with Chelsea, some would say.
That's my
before
king.
we actually start talking about anything, I think my friend over on my right has something to say to you guys.
We just want to talk quickly about our sponsor for today's episode, us. Ultras11.com. Go check it out, guys.
It's true.
We're having a couple issues with the website last week. Now it's all fixed, it's up and running, it's good to go. So guys, check it out. The new GOAT series is on there. We will be having some a new drop coming out very shortly with summer right around the corner. So we're not gonna need these sweaters anymore. We're gonna need some tees.
Yeah,
and
small
we got those coming.
Forecast.
Probably gonna see some new designs with the GOAT series. Gonna see some coming back. But guys, go check it out. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. And on that note, I go straight to it. I was the hype man.
Joe's very straight to the point with things.
Straightforward. Let's just talk shop.
He doesn't like the
that's what we do. So Graham Potter was sacked. What are your thoughts on that? We get straight to it. Get a general consensus. You know.
I mean, obviously the right idea.
You think it was too early or
I
too
think
late?
it was too late. I mean, he definitely should have been sacked during the international break. That way, we could have brought in one of our long-term targets, and they would have had that time to build the team and all that. So I definitely think it was a little too late because he just when he took over, we were in 4th or 5th. We're in 11th now, so he's really just fucking dug us in a hole.
But do you think he was brought in because what they actually wanted for Chelsea was a different, a future? You know what I mean? Build a dynasty around.
Yeah. That was obviously in the summer. Before he took over, that was their thing. They wanted to not do what the old regime did, hire fire.
Yeah.
They wanted someone to just be in there for years. Go with the future, build a team around, and there was just so much pressure on them. Apparently, even the stadium during games, very toxic. All the chants at him and all that, constantly chanting Tuchel's name and stuff. You can only take it for so long, and we've been losing games that we should have been winning easily.
Yeah.
So I guess they just cracked under the pressure, man. They had to. They had no choice. They're a little too late though.
Yeah, you can't really you can't blame the team or anything. They gave him the play. They gave him more than enough to play with. Look at who they brought in. He just he just couldn't get it going, and
he didn't fit anything, man.
I think even honestly probably before the international break. I know that was probably the best timing just because the team wasn't there and you can kind of set it up with the new manager kind of come in introduce him to the team. He gets to know them, whatever, and has a little bit of time with them before actually getting into a game. But you know what? They finally did it. It was a long time coming because that guy, honestly, I said it from the beginning. I just didn't think he was the right guy for that team. Mm-hmm. And I think now them kind of moving on from him now that this season's already a wash. Their main thing is Champions League that they got to aim for. But at least, set yourself up for next season. You bring in a proper manager and then you can build from that and go from that.
I'm going to disagree. I think when the appointment of Graham Potter happened, I was pro Graham Potter. I'm not going to lie to you because I thought you see what he's doing with Brighton and you see he's developing players. He's doing this
but Brighton's a mid-table team, so the expectations are low. Yes,
and that's but that's the thing when you're promoting a mid-table coach like that to a team like Chelsea, it's either sink or swim. And with Graham Potter, I feel obviously he sank very badly.
Worst manager in our history, 26% win rate.
My thing is that they had an image to bring in a lot of younger players to try to build some sort of dynasty so they'll be good long term. Mm-hmm. It just didn't work out for Graham Potter because again he couldn't handle the pressure, I guess, and with Chelsea there breeds a lot of pressure. And do you think now going forward with Chelsea, they should be looking at coaches that could handle that pressure and are kind of built like Graham Potter where they could develop youth? or is it like just get a coach that's going to handle the pressure, like a Mourinho, Ancelotti, like more proven?
Well, I know like one of the big things that they're looking for, like I've like reading all these reports and stuff, they definitely do want somebody that is going to be big into the youth, because like they've been heavily investing into youth, and that's what they want to continue to do.
You know it. You clearly see it's been working. Look at the guys that have been coming out. From
So they want somebody who's going to constantly be playing with the youth. Sense. But you also like what Graham Potter lacked was like he had no personality. He was just very like almost like a yes man. Like he was always saying after every game was sickening to hear. Hey, the boys gave it their all.
Yeah,
like we're losing games, and he's saying
against teams you should be winning. Whereas
compared to somebody like Tuchel was like like pointing out what was wrong, like he was like letting players have it and stuff, and like Graham Potter sitting there, the boys gave it their all. We played well, we had a lot of shots. It's just not what we needed. So we definitely need somebody who's like gonna be come in with a big personality and can handle like these big names, like these egos, and control the dressing room.
That's the thing with Potter. Yeah, okay, he's good with the youth, and even other coaches. They might be good with youth. They might be able to do good with whatever team that they're with, whether it's a mid-table team or whatever. They're a good coach in that sense, but they've never, and that's Potter, had the chance to coach someone that has that ego that you have to control and you have to be able to know how to work with, because you obviously don't want to get on their bad side, but you don't want to be like, give them everything and then everyone else is going to hate you and you're going to start problems with them.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that he never had. And that for me, that was the thing where I was like, you know what? If he does good with this team, he ends up doing it. Like he proved me wrong. But again, he didn't, because he's never had that situation. He's never been able to actually do that with their thing.
Yeah.
With the team he's coached, and now he proved that with Chelsea.
Yeah.
And that's what now I was going to ask you, Ro. Like obviously the obvious answer,
hotspot. Eh?
The obvious answer is that he got sacked because they weren't winning. Chelsea, they're supposed to be winning and all that stuff. But do you think that they looked at it like deeper and said, okay, that's the reason there? Or do you think it was just because he couldn't handle that pressure of being on that team, and they knew, he's not going to get it. Like he's not the guy for this team.
So yeah, I don't think he was ever the guy to do it. Like even when they first brought him in, they rushed really into it. They sacked Tuchel, and then right away, okay, we want him. They paid all those fees to get him, to bring his staff, buy out his contract, and they even did the same in the summer with the players. Like there was no system; we were just buying guys.
Yeah.
And then look, the owners say we made a mistake. They brought in Christopher Vavell, technical director, and like a scouting team to actually do this stuff. And then our January window, obviously a lot better than our summer window. Well, like you see the idea. Like there was a clear vision.
There was a vision.
So now it's kind of like the same with Potter. They rushed way too into it, and now it's like, okay, you know what? We sack him, and I do think that the pressure just grew on him too much. Like he was just not the man. Like the fan backlash and all that. Like they just knew they made the choice, and like they had to force their hand, and they had to let him go because obviously the results were 26% win ratio. Like that's just not standard for Chelsea.
Do you think maybe like if he was given like an off season, like most coaches would like to have? Do you think he would have been different, like better, or do you think it would?
He did come in at a bad time. Like no preseason, all these injuries. So he came in at a really bad time.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't think he was the guy. Like he doesn't have the attitude. Like look at the guys we've had in the past, like the Mourinhos, the Contes, like Tuchels. Like these guys have big egos. Like they can control big crowds, big names. Apparently, behind the scenes, they were calling this guy Hogwarts and Harry Potter. And like Havertz has even come out and said like there's mixed feelings about him.
No one's taking him serious.
Yeah, no one. He was not respected. And
no one takes Kai Havertz seriously anyway.
Yeah, okay, but when
I don't think his opinion coming out
and saying something about it,
he just wasn't respected, and like it was just unfortunate situation, and he should have just never been in that position to begin with.
Especially as a coach for a top team like that, if you're not respected, you might as well leave there right in that moment.
You need world-class managers for like these big teams.
Man.
Like
you need a team that for their manager, like they'll die for their manager.
Exactly.
They'll go to war for their manager, not a guy that they're going to look at and they're going to call Harry Potter and laugh at him.
Yeah,
exactly. And take him out, he's going to tell them to do something and they're going to be like, yeah, okay, if we want to, we'll get to it.
Exactly.
Like they're not like, you're not going to go anywhere with that. You're not going to change their mentality. They're never going to take you serious, and there's no point in being there. So for me, like he should have won. The fact that he stayed for that long and didn't just walk away is even more surprising for me.
Absolutely shocking.
I know there's been a lot of like rumors linked with like different coaches. There's Nagelsmann, there's Luis Enrique, there's an interim coach in Frank Lampard.
Super Frankie Lampard, baby. Hey, if we're gonna be shit in the 11th place, I want Super Frankie Lampard at the wheel, baby.
Yeah, at least it's one of your own, man. At least you know you're
we'll
like,
be shit and
we're going down together.
11th place. We'll have the legend there with us.
Get John Terry back in. You're right. The Shagmeister.
Might have been
That'd be
Jumbo
pretty
too.
crazy.
Actually, Cole's coming back with
That'd be
him.
actually
So
crazy.
Hey, you know what? When Chelsea was going through that little tough time too, and then he came in with no transfer window, none of that, man. He was able to get these guys playing like
True.
some of the best that people have seen in a
Tammy
while.
Abraham.
Obviously,
Put up good numbers.
hey,
then.
you know what? That Champions League winning season, like before Tuchel came, he got us to the
I
group
know,
stages.
dude.
It's
That's
true.
like that's what I mean. Like I like the second season, he obviously had a lot more a pressure on him, and he had to get results and win right away for them. And I just think he couldn't have that right away just because he felt like it was too much. But you know what, man? He was able to get that team before going. I think he'll be able to do it again, especially like now that he is coming in.
Yeah.
Dude, I think against the Wolves, you're going to see a different Chelsea.
So, in saying all of that, though, who do you think is like ideal to take over for Chelsea?
It's like a full time.
Like full time, not just interim. Because like, okay, Lampard's linked, but it's just like an interim position.
Lampard, I mean, it's a good appointment. It was either him or Bruno that was there already, and he's a Graham Potter's man. So like, I'd rather he's never
Just get rid of everything. To do
his
with
first
Grant.
starting 11 he ever picked was against Liverpool.
and he still had
what I mean? So, like,
Cucurella, center back.
you obviously don't want somebody like that seeing out the rest of the season, even though it's washed. Like, you'd rather have somebody who's been with the team, is a legend there, respected by the players that he's coached before.
Yeah.
So I'm not too upset with him. He can boost the morale. Players respect him. So he could whip something up pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Just fairy tale ended, maybe win us the Champions League. But for managers,
Imagine that, man.
personally, I want Enrique. What he like, his style of football is exactly what we need. We have no style. I don't even know what we do.
Yeah, that's the
I
main
couldn't tell
thing.
you what our play style is, what we go into games doing, tactics, anything. It's just shocking.
I
Is
think
what
I
it
think
is.
you could go there and make better tactics
Yeah,
for what
so-
they have right now.
Like, anybody who does come, I mean, really, they're interviewing a lot of names, but I do think it's between Nagelsmann and Enrique. But I personally hope it's Enrique.
Yeah.
He's taken
And-
that Barca team with MSN, and he was able to.
He knows how to handle the
He can
names.
handle, and those are big names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like huge names, and he had Ramos, the Spanish team. You know what I mean? Like, he was dropping guys even when it was
Yeah, dude.
criticized. So like, we need someone like that is the kind of person we need to come in
I
and
think
like.
to give them like that identity and
Yeah,
everything.
not
I think
just do things
it'll be
because,
it'll
like,
be
it's the
perfect
right
for
thing,
them.
like-
and it's even better. I think this situation that Chelsea's in now, like. Again, you know, you write the season off. You're like, hey, we're in 11th.
Yeah.
You know, we can
It's a
try.
wash.
We're not.
I wish it could be
how far
over.
up are we actually going to go up?
Yeah.
You try to make that push in Champions League, but at least now you guys have the time now to actually talk to coaches,
Exactly,
interview
yeah.
them, look and be like, okay, guys, let's sit down, see who's actually a proper candidate for us that we're going to go forward with and grow this team with.
See, and that's
then
why-
come the summer, you hire him. He has from the beginning
Yeah.
of that first day of season training all the way until the season starts to get to know his team and get them going.
See, and that's what they're kind of owning up to now, because like with Potter, they didn't like interview him, and all this stuff.
He just got the job.
They just they hired him. So now they're like, that's why they hired Lampard, so that they can have him, hey, look over these last 10 games while we like fully, thoroughly conduct proper interviews and like get to know these guys, like, and what they're about.
Yeah.
So they're like a little slip up from them again, but they're making wrongs.
I don't know. For me,
righting
I
the
feel like you
wrongs.
guys are just even writing off like their Champions League thing. Like, I'm not saying
No, but
Lampard
that-
is against like
No.
Champions League or
That's
whatever,
why-
but like,
that's why I said Champions League. Obviously, they're going to make a push for that. They see that as that's the only real thing that they can make a push
wouldn't
for
you
right now.
want like a more established coach that at least
To get right now?
at a minimum
To get right now, no, it'll be too rushed.
Well, because
it'll be too rushed.
You
You're
don't
going to
want
bring in someone like a Graham Potter, even if it's a bigger name, like a Graham Potter that just doesn't work with Chelsea, and they're going to maybe last till the end of the season, and then they're going to get sacked.
Yeah, you got to
again.
think like even like if
It's
they
too
brought another
rushed now,
interim,
man.
the only other interim they could have brought was Brendan Rodgers. Like, why would they
Liverpool
bring?
legend.
Yeah,
But
Leicester
but
legend.
like in terms of just strict interim, like Lampard is the best choice because of his history with the club and like
Yeah.
he's
And
coached
he's
some of
coached
these
them
guys
before,
before.
too,
So like
yeah.
interim wise, he's perfect for it. They couldn't have brought in like a proper coach now because
Yeah.
it's a lose-lose for those guys regardless.
Yeah.
They come in, they don't play certain players. The players start thinking away of them. They're already doing so poor in the season. Like, these guys are dealing with a bloated squad. Just it's a lose-lose for the new manager.
No, I
They
agree.
came in now, so I don't mind Lampard taking over for the rest of the season and like start fresh in the summer. These new coach get whatever team they want, sell off whatever guys, and they get a proper preseason.
Yeah. My thing is, I'm gonna reference right all the way back to the beginning of the Chelsea season. the Tuchel sacking. Now, he was available for a while, and now he's obviously on Bayern. But do you think like maybe they should have kind of premeditated the sacking of Graham Potter and then looked into Tuchel again?
To bring man.
Like obviously,
I know it sounds crazy, but for me,
that was more him and Todd over there. They butt heads. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that they
apparently that was like the biggest thing. Like they respect him as a coach, but they want someone who's like collaborative with them. So like that's why Potter was like the perfect guy. He's a yes man. But like Tuchel was like. Apparently they used to have like meetings and Tuchel would be like I'm no use to you guys. You're like, let me go out there and be training.
But okay, I'm sorry. Is it like for me, like when I hear something like that, I would love that from my coach. Like I know owners and
these American
coaches
guys are different,
need to be on the same page.
They think of things different. They think obviously the coach should be a part of and the coach should be a part of those talks there because obviously they'll know the best because they're the ones coach the team, they're the ones playing the team, they're gonna know who exactly to bring. But again, they might have a good input.
From my like interpretation,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Of all of this is like
you're like this coach is
the owners
he knows
just
what he
weren't
wants.
vibing with their coach.
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting, and in that sense. You have to get on the same page. And I honestly think, like, you look at Bayern now. Bayern appointed Tuchel. And I could honestly look at everyone and say, I now, from that acquisition, I see Bayern as a contender right away. Like, okay, Bayern was always a contender for the Champions League and whatever. But Tuchel's like that different gravy.
He's a world-class coach.
Exactly. And you have a world-class coach at your disposal. Aren't you going to try to appease to him? Not the other way around. That the coach has to appease to the owner. Like
no one, I don't think anybody disagrees with you on that
either. They butt heads. Like there was just too much of an ego thing with the American guys. And
exactly. He came in and was like, "Hey, I'm the new owner now. This is my team." And he wanted to do things his way. He wanted probably. I still think like that Ronaldo thing. I feel like that caused conflict because he wanted to bring
we're circling
Tuchel
back.
Didn't want
maybe
him.
he should have kept Graham Potter if he wants a puppet. You know what I mean? Like
obviously, but Joe, but
if Todd wants a puppet,
clearly
Graham was the guy.
Yeah, clearly he thought that.
But
he was waiting so long. But look at what the
results.
Yeah, exactly. The results, and you literally have fans chirping the guy and calling him names. The team's calling him names. You're only gonna take so much. But okay, you know what? We fucked up. We got to get rid of this guy. We can't. Yeah, he's a yes man. It's exactly what we wanted, but he doesn't work. And they had to act on him. They had to get rid of him. They had to do it.
Hey, but
it was no other way.
It was funny though because like Tuchel in his like press conference, like I got the notification to my phone that like Chelsea sacked Potter. So hey, I still got a notification though, baby.
How did Nagelsmann learn that he was
off social media?
Fired?
Social media, man. This guy drove in there already knowing what was coming, which is salty.
No. Apparently with that, actually, he had to go there because he had to like sign the papers to like kind of end the relationship. So he knew about it already, but he had to go there because he had to like finish the paperwork and all that
having your Twitter notifications on, and then you see Bayern Munich posted something. You go and read it. Oh wait, I'm sacked.
And you just see.
And you're in the parking lot. It's like, okay, right on, dude.
Ideal world, I would have loved if they never signed Tuchel and like we just somehow miraculously signed him back. It would have been
it's kind of crazy to me that like Chelsea and Bayern could meet up with each other.
They could potentially meet up.
Let's just say the interim manager and Frank Lampard doesn't come in. And it is Julian Nagelsmann that takes over. Because I'll be honest with you, personally speaking, I think Nagelsmann is more appropriate for the job than Luis Enrique.
Why?
Only because I think Luis Enrique could handle the dressing room, like you said. He does have a very good style of play. You saw he's a mix of Spanish side and Italian side, the way he defends and attacks.
Roma legend.
He is a Roma legend. I've seen it. But I just think with the young players you have and the system, I feel like that will work best for Chelsea. It's a high pressing, not counterattacking, but like a high pressing, almost counterattacking, but what type of thing. And you look at who Nagelsmann has at his disposal if he goes to Chelsea. He will also have Nkunku, who is one of his greatest weapons at RB Leipzig.
Yeah, I mean, I would take either one of the two. That's just my preference.
It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Honestly, if you get either or, you're still gonna get brilliant style.
Great manager.
But I think Nagelsmann is more suited for that because you look at a guy like even Mudryk. Mudryk's been underperforming but performing. You don't know really what's going on. It's just a matter of inconsistency.
Yeah, exactly.
Inconsistency, not inconsistency. But Nagelsmann will offer him that. And he's a high-flying winger, works well in that system. Whereas you look at with Luis Enrique, I feel like he deals better. Like, okay, yeah, obviously with the high flying players, he'll do well, but he also needs more calculative players. And I feel like that's where Chelsea kind of lacks that certain quality. You know what I mean? Like, he'll still have great players in Enzo Fernandez, Mason. I will always say Mason Mount because I love Mason Mount. Mason Mount. You know, you guys have the quality there. I just think Nagelsmann fits that better with the youngsters.
That's all. Yeah, see, and that's the missing piece. Is like a proper coach to just like we have the players and the team. It's just somebody to like just connect it and make it work, and that's just what we're missing.
But okay, sorry. I always go side stories over here. But like back to my
made up with Bayern, that'd be pretty crazy.
Nagelsmann versus Tuchel, Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Given current states,
what happened?
Current states.
How one found out that he got sacked because of Twitter, and then
a coach we sacked for a coach they sacked.
Tuchel got sacked after winning Champions League, and because he was probably because he was butting heads with the new owner. And now they might have the possibility of playing each other, man. Like, dude,
that's poetic.
I think that if that did happen, never mind like just the fact that it's crazy and like, you know, you'll see the two old managers of each team like coming up against each other. I just think like both of them have a vengeance. And like if that game, like I feel like that would be like some of the best soccer we would see.
That'd be a crazy game.
Plot twist: John Terry shags Tuchel's mom. Something crazy. No,
to get under their skin,
just busting balls. But regardless, yeah,
Tuchel's wife left him also.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, John. Damn.
Sorry, guys.
Damn.
Whatever.
No, now we're never gonna have Tuchel on the show.
My original question.
God damn, man.
Whatever. Tuchel. I didn't want you anyways, dude.
Sorry, Tommy.
I want Nagelsmann. But my question is, who do you think would come out on top? Like, it's kind of like a weird thing to predict or whatever, but I think your ball knowledge is pretty sick.
Probably Bayern.
You're pretty sick, too.
I mean, of course, I would love Chelsea.
You think Bayern comes out on top?
I mean, yeah, I think Bayern.
No, man. I think I would have to agree on
just
that.
Just like the yeah.
Chelsea, they're gonna make it tough. Like they're not gonna make it easy, but I think Tuchel will.
Yeah, he'll know how to shut them down,
and I think he will. And
his tactics and like how like Bayern's performing,
and with the guys he has on Bayern.
Yeah, I just think it'd be too much for us.
Upamecano and De Ligt are pretty,
especially with the form we've been in.
Yeah, dude.
We don't know who scores goals.
No, so imagine if he had like if Lewandowski was still there.
Maybe be a crazy 0-0.
If he was going there with Lewandowski,
I'm gonna be honest. I think Chelsea takes Bayern in that regard.
So do you think we beat Madrid?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, if he thinks they're getting there,
I will keep on saying this. I know I might sound absurd, crazy, whatever, and especially after Milan absolutely derailed Napoli 4-0. I can't tell you what it is, but I have this gut instinct. Chelsea, Napoli final. Chelsea, for some reason, their season's done. They suck ass. They're whatever it is. Yep. They hire some interim coach that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Champions League finalists, where they win. Roberto Di Matteo.
Happened last time, man.
Gianfranco Zola. Like, the list goes on with
Tuchel.
them. Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the list goes on. Like, dude, these guys, for some reason, thrive with an interim
that season
coach.
There, at the beginning, I was like, we were talking about Champions League winners, and like, I didn't even consider Chelsea. I was like, yeah, okay, they're good, but I don't think they're going to win.
Like that year was dominating.
And then all of a sudden, dude, they throughout each knockout round, they were getting better and better. I was like, bro, what the fuck happened to Chelsea?
And the thing with Bayern is like, okay, Bayern is a proven team always. Like, even the sacking of Nagelsmann, like
Bayern, I feel like
they were doing.
You never
well,
know what you never know which Bayern you're getting.
Yes, but there's something about Bayern I wouldn't put my money on because it's like I see Bayern, they sack coaches and like the coaches aren't even doing bad. Mm-hmm. They're still winning the league, which is apparently a mandatory thing. You know, they're making it far in the Champions League and shit like that. But when it comes down to it, they will lose. And like I feel like if it's Chelsea or Bayern, who am I banking on? Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea is one of the prem teams I back, and it's not because even Rose here. I've said this from the get-go. Chelsea, their form doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They have that DNA more than Liverpool, more than United.
In
more
Champions League, for sure.
Like, respect to United. I know you guys do well, and I'm going to get attacked, but you guys suck compared to Chelsea. United.
Sure, they haven't been in Champions League, 7 years?
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's something about Chelsea. You just can't.
Those guys probably think Weghorst is a god.
I agree.
Screw all those United guys.
I agree with that too. But then also looking at Bayern, I feel like just randomly, like look at like when they won a couple years ago. They just come out of nowhere and they just win Champions League and they're the most dominant team. And then the season after, and you look at the season before, they're just dead. They make it to the quarterfinal, to the whatever, the round of 16, and they get kicked out like a stupid thing.
This R4 on our side is definitely like a toss up. Yeah, it could go anywhere.
Dude, it can literally go anywhere, man. Bayern loses. I'm telling you, you can. If this year they get through there, they have City now. They get through Chelsea. They're probably gonna win the fucking thing. Yeah. Like,
I think whoever comes out of this side wins it all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I'm gonna disagree.
So you think Napoli wins?
The only team.
So you think Napoli's gonna win?
So you think Napoli Chelsea final? Napoli.
I think no. Wait, I didn't finish my statement. I think if it's a Napoli Chelsea final, Chelsea wins it.
Okay.
If Chelsea makes it to the finals, I think Chelsea wins it. But in saying that, then anyone from the left, whoever meets up with the one on the right, obviously, because that's bound to happen. I see the one on the right winning.
It's a free win.
So
unless it's Benfica, it's a free win.
Benfica, if they match up, Rafa's gonna run riot.
It's a
I don't
free
know
win,
why.
dude.
It's Benfica.
Yeah.
You can't predict what they're gonna do either. And Milan's the only team I'll write off in all of this.
Because Milan will go to the final and be like,
Milan
see,
fans,
Champions League DNA, we're in the final, and they're gonna get pumped 4-0.
And then Leao is gonna be sat down at the 60th minute because
it's a Napoli. I don't know. They're gonna beat Napoli.
Okay, wait. I'm just gonna say this one thing. Like, my nonna would come over my house and she would tell me how handsome I am, how nice my hair looks, all this stuff. I'm balding, I'm fat, and I don't look nice.
She lied.
So it's false confidenza. This is what Milan was just handed by Napoli.
Yeah.
Oh, you beat us 4-0 in a league we already won. Oh my God, you're so good. Like, you're probably gonna beat us.
Oh my God,
Champions League.
now we're only 15 points
You guys
from
saying
second.
that? You guys better hope they don't beat Napoli in the Champions League.
I put a hex. But if Al agrees with me, then maybe we have
if they beat Napoli in Champions League,
I personally,
I'll agree with you.
I said it last week. I want Napoli to win, but I did think Milan was gonna take them. I had a feeling that Milan was gonna take them in Champions League.
You did also say if Milan won in the league, they wouldn't win in Champions League. That's what I said.
Now with this whole thrashing thing, I honestly, dude, I do feel like that was Spalletti tactical masterclass.
Bald fraud masterclass.
Because he saw, dude, we're 15 points from second.
Yeah.
Let's throw this game. We'll play bad. And then Champions League comes, we fucking hammer them with Osimhen.
No, stop! Don't sing the song. It scares me. It scares me. Stop.
Osimhen.
Off topic.
It'll be a good game.
Politano has a tattoo of Roma. Regardless.
This guy's what the fuck was that about? No one's talking about Politano here, Joe.
Sorry.
Come on, Osimhen.
Stop singing the song. Man, it scares me. Actually scares me.
Or a speed says Omishan.
That video with him and Davies, fucking hell, dude. But on that note, I believe got a couple more minutes to spare.
We're gonna.
I think I'm gonna leave this to my buddy Al's gonna say something quickly.
So we're gonna start a new little segment today. It's called Garage Talk.
We didn't warn you about this actually.
Basically, this segment here, it's not really gonna ever be kind of planned. It's gonna just be mostly kind of the topics, unfiltered, but mostly the topics. You know, we're always hanging out in one of our garages and just talking shop, talk about soccer for the most part. So now we're here. We're trying to talk a little bit about some stuff that occurred this week.
And small disclaimer, we're not trying to be offensive. We're not
I'm so confused.
See, Rose lost the plot. Again, it's just like a little small disclaimer. If we swear, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we swear. Fuck
this
off.
This is literally us being raw and cut, no more professionalism. We just realized we're just dudes being guys. Yeah. Guys being dudes with friends.
So why not be as real? Be as real as I don't know what to think. I'll think of something, but
some sort of religious figure because they were always really real with stuff. They told you how it was.
To get into this week's Garage Talk, I know it's a subject that all three of us were recently talking about. It just happened.
This was in the group chat.
So we're talking about, and I think now they both know. Gotcha. We're talking about what happened yesterday with the Juventus and Inter game in Coppa Italia.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, just if you guys didn't see it or you guys missed the game,
pull up a little quote.
After certain words are filtered.
No. It's the quote from the Juve thing.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Yes. So what happened at the game? Juve went up 1-0 closer to the end. 95th minute, penalty handball. Obviously, rightfully so, was a pen. Lukaku took it. He scored right after the celebration. He stood there, looked at the Juventus fans,
Do the celebration.
shushed them, and went like this. I know you guys, obviously you're listening, you guys can't see, but I'm shushing and I'm doing like the salute.
Like an army salute.
So he did that,
sorts.
and then, from what we were watching in that moment, what we saw was, just kind of, you saw the Juve guys kind of walking away, then you saw them turning around, coming back into that situation, then you saw Lukaku saying stuff, then you saw Cuadrado get in there, you saw them getting into it, then you see Lukaku getting carded, and then you thought everything, it was done, everything was kind of calm, it was, okay, the game's done, let's, everyone's going to the change room, and then all of a sudden you see Handanovic and Cuadrado just talking, and then you see Cuadrado swing a fist, then you see Handel, dude, like I saw a video today, they were literally, they're both getting charged because they actually swung.
Nice.
They both swung, and then that had to get broken up, and then obviously after the game it came out that there was monkey noises and fans obviously yelling at Lukaku, and that's why that whole thing started. And basically, just want to talk to you guys and go over the situation, see what you guys think, and yeah.
I mean, okay. My thing is this. I didn't watch the game. I unfortunately had to work. I watched a little bit of the game, like the first half, and it was the most. I saw everything afterwards. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I am stupid, but like not stupid that I can't go on Twitter and see some stuff. I think the best way to put it is how our buddy Valage said it. Prem is known for this. La Liga is known for this. Serie A, we're known for racism.
For blatant racism.
Racism.
It's true.
And it's crazy because I will even, in my head, think about the time that, I think it was Roma against Feyenoord. Roma somebody. There was a black guy on the other team that dicked us down last game. I saw a fan with a big banana in their hand. And like, for me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's a $10,000 fine. But after the game, I didn't see anything about it. And it's like, yeah, that's
a problem. Like, and I don't know why, like, I feel like it predominantly happens in Serie A. Like, it's never, ever, like, addressed properly, or like they just keep doing it.
Yeah, because it's like,
bro, you know what? You remember 3 years ago, Serie A did a keep racism out campaign?
They still do it every year.
No. But you know what they did with this campaign? Do you remember? They put up the picture was 3 monkeys, and they had their face painted.
Oh my!
I'm like, bro, what are like now? Do you see why?
I remember that actually.
Yeah,
it was like they hear no evil, see no evil
like,
monkeys,
bro,
and I'm like, oh my god,
that's the racism we're talking about. What are you doing? And like the league, man, like perfect example. I don't know. I think it was. I don't know if it was Gabriel Jesus, but it was someone in the Prem that they scored. They were in the corner, and someone threw a banana at them. And they picked it up and they threw it back at them.
Or they picked up and ate it.
No, that was Daniel.
I was thinking about that exact moment.
But no, I remember it happened in the Prem. I don't know. It was Man City or it was one of the top teams. It happened. The guy, he just picked it up and just threw it back and like whatever, just said like fuck off. Wow. That happened, dude. After that happened, the fan, he got arrested. Got his he was never allowed back in the stadium or any stadiums in England to watch another soccer game. Exactly. And you didn't hear any problems. Serie A, you hear whatever, fines, this, that, but then it's constantly happening. Like they're not banning these guys. They're not like doing anything to them.
The Juve supporters doing it to like Lukaku, and like you guys have
black like players,
black like Cuadrado,
that's what I'm saying. And
Pogba's like, dude, it doesn't make sense.
And these guys are doing in the stadium. My only argument was that I was saying with what happened was Lukaku, especially now, he's older, he's experienced. This has happened to him plenty of times. He shouldn't have went there and antagonized them and went and started like you already hear the monkey noises. Don't go there and do something. It's like with Moise Kean. Yeah, and Bonucci came out and said the same thing. Moise Kean went like this to the Genoa supporters who were making monkey noises, and Bonucci after the game was like he shouldn't have done that. Okay, they were already doing it. Walk away. It's happening. If you entertain it and you show them that it's affecting you, they're gonna do it more. Walk away. Be a bigger man. You know what? They're doing it. They're stupid. Something should happen to them. But by you looking at them and doing something, you're gonna make them do it even more. You're gonna make them make even more noise, and throw shit at you. Like he wasn't. I'm not saying it's right. It's not wrong. They should not be allowed in the stadium. They should be banned for life.
It's not right. It's not right. It's not right.
It's not
wrong. Go back.
Wait, it's not mean that.
It's not right. It's not right. It's not right.
It's not right. I'm sorry. It's not right. It's wrong.
It's not wrong.
Just clear that up, guys.
I love Al.
It's not right. It's wrong.
Al has a speech impediment, guys. Don't worry. It's fine. He stutters.
But I think he shouldn't have done that. For me, that was just him.
I like
blowing it up.
He should obviously you tell these athletes don't respect, it's just criticism you're facing from the crowd, but it's hard for us to to say like, oh, like he shouldn't have reacted when like. I mean, we don't know what it's like to face racism.
No, obviously
but
not.
At the same time, like the second yellow card thing, like this is from the designator of Juve Inter referee, whatever.
The stats pulled up right now.
It says that he was shown a second yellow because he shouted "shut up" to ultras in the Curva Sud.
But see,
and then I saw he was over celebrating. He celebrates like that all the time. He didn't take his shirt off.
That's why
he stood there.
That's why there's. For me, I think there's more to the story because first of all, that's his celebration, and I'll say like, I'm like that's literally he celebrates like that every game. That's not a thing. Then okay, yeah, he was doing it right there to the fans. Okay, whatever. But when they zoomed in on him, and when I was watching the game, he was literally like you see him saying something, and it wasn't just one word like "shut up" or "sazito." Like he was saying something to them. Obviously, we don't know what it is, and they haven't come out and said what he said. They're probably not going to. So I guarantee it wasn't for the celebration, and it wasn't for him saying, "Look at them saying, hey, shut up." He said something because you saw the ref. The ref in the video, he was standing there. All of a sudden, as he's there, whatever he's talking, the ref comes, walks back, gives him the yellow.
He must have said like something very man. Like a violent act.
That's what I mean. He must have said like something like, "I'll fucking kill you" or something like that for the ref to act. Because dude, there's no way you're getting a yellow for over like a celebration like that, which is your celebration, or saying "shut up." You're not getting a yellow for that.
I was gonna say I have countless videos of Totti going like this. Tell him to get the fuck out.
Totti.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying. I'm saying
he's not a legend.
Listen, I'm saying. Sorry, I touched the mic.
The ref. No,
I'm saying like the shush celebration.
You
silly goose. First off, can I say my fucking part here?
Yes, but don't mention Roma or Totti.
To me, the way I see it is okay. Racist chants. Against it, minus the whole whatever we said to cut. No, I'm kidding.
You're trying to tell me that? Yeah, yell at me for trying to justify like what happened. No. And this guy's saying, yeah, but Kostic.
Yeah, because Kostic he's
still wrong.
I hate Kostic.
It's still wrong. Like, dude, him and Vlahovic both got it. They get it every game.
Yeah, but Vlahovic also hooked up with a teammate's fucking wife. Apparently,
John Terry did it too, and he's a legend.
Dominance.
Difference.
Though. Yeah, you assert your dominance, man. No.
One won a Champions League. The other one.
This is the whole thing with the trophy thing with Harry Kane. Remember Harry Kane when you put yourself in that hole? And I said Del Piero, and you're like, oh yeah, wait, Del Piero's better than Totti. Yeah. Remember that situation before you start digging any more holes.
Still won more trophies than Harry Kane, but regardless, no, one has 0. Okay, I'm not saying anything about Del Piero. I'm saying Harry Kane to Totti.
Yeah, but you're saying.
But regardless, shush. Okay, for giving him a second yellow card, no matter what, there's no justification for it. I'm sorry, like respectfully, I will keep on saying. I said in the group chat, I'll say it right now. No matter what he did, if he even said to the Ultras, shut up, even if he said, shut the fuck up, you white crackers. Yeah. And, he got offensive there towards white
I'm a little bit offended right now, but...
It doesn't matter because of the racist chants he got back to him.
Yeah.
To me, no matter what Lukaku did, it wasn't... Because every transcription is... Yeah, but Joey, he got... it was over-celebrating. No, at the end of the day, he was getting fucking monkey chants. He's getting racially abused. Like, celebrate, but he should have taken his fucking pants off, dude, and said, "I'll fuck you all."
They're yelling at him,
and to me, that's fine.
They're yelling at him. He's yelling back. The referee, can he card them or can he card him?
Yeah, but
that's not a yellow card.
I'm not saying it's
worthy of a yellow.
That's my thing. If it was his first yellow, okay, maybe you could make an argument.
But for a second, to be a red, it has to be severe.
Exactly. If you're sending him off, that he's now missing the next Coppa Italia game. I don't know how it works with the tournaments. In my head, I'm trying to picture it right now. I'm pretty sure he's just missing the next Coppa Italia game, right? Yeah. So he's now missing the second leg, which will be very detrimental. Because what if Jekyll gets injured or whatever, fitness, shit like that. So now he's missing that second game because he said shut up or whatever he said, it was over celebration. No, to me, that's wrong. Did he maybe act out and he should be a professional? Yes, I'd agree. Professionals have a certain standard to live by, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they are still a human being. Yeah, you know what I mean? 100%. And I'm not saying you're condoning racism by any means. I'm not saying anything like that. No, you are right.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just
You are right. I'm gonna say there is like a certain thing. Like I still Balotelli. Look at him against Ireland.
Yeah.
The guy banged in 2 screamers, and what did he do? Took his shirt off, flexed his muscles. Well in, brother. Yeah. You do what you got to do.
Wasn't that against Germany?
Oh no, sorry, you're right. Germany, and then the silent. I just remember that
flex
little
was Germany.
The flex was German, but I'm saying that I remember against Ireland there was racist chants too.
Oh yeah,
and he said
I feel like every game he's played in has been racist
like,
chants.
You look and it's like, yeah, there is a certain thing that a lot of professionals do that they ignore it, they feed off of that, they come back even better, like shit like that. Like I'm quoting Roma here, but Stankovic against Roma. Hey, wait, listen, Stankovic against Roma.
Sano hears this,
there was chirping towards Stankovic, who is an Inter legend, who is just a legend of the game, and Roma were calling him gypsies. A gypsy. And what did
Classic
he do? He
Roma,
literally
man.
looked at the ultras and he went like
class.
this. He like, you can't see what I'm doing, but he's telling them basically like, say it louder, and he was pointing to his ear or whatever. Mourinho stepped in and put his hand up and said, hey, stop. Then they gave Stankovic a round of applause,
some
which was
athletes
weird.
can deal
but,
with
like,
it and thrive off it, but like
a guy like Lukaku, I just feel like
this is not the first time he's been
Lukaku-
racially abused
No,
either.
yeah,
so,
of course.
And I feel like that's the thing. Lukaku, he's too much of an emotional person to try to
Way
like
too
some people like
emotional.
Ibra can
I
they can
love
be calling
the
him
Ibra
gypsy,
hands.
whatever they want, chirp his nose, whatever. He'll go there, stand there, he'll take it, and next game he'll play better because of it.
I still remember
Lukaku
every
will
time
take
it's a
that,
fucking
and you'll
celebration
see
like
Lukaku
this.
get fat now, and he's gonna go missing for the next 2 years. Like that's the problem with Lukaku,
yeah,
man.
okay, man.
He's
Just in time for his Chelsea return.
He's way, dude. Hey, at least you guys will finally have your striker.
So we want back.
He's too much.
Up top, dude.
Dude, he's too much of an
Let's go,
emotional
baby.
player to do this kind of stuff. And again, not saying what they did was right, but I just think he like don't provoke them. Don't go there and try to make them get even louder and just like you're feeding them.
So your argument ultimately is a matter of professionalism.
Just
It should
ignore
be
them.
exhibited
Ignore
by
it.
players.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
ignoring
Obviously,
professionalism. Like
okay, before that, the league has to do something with racism
Serie A
because
has to fuck
one
off.
time
It's
too
becoming
many.
a
Hopefully they
joke,
finally
man.
like.
it's literally a known thing
It's
that
something.
you go to certain stadiums and X chants are being
Dude,
like Lazio chants and calls everyone and Frank.
yeah.
How does it even make sense?
That's
man?
the
I swear to
league's,
God.
yeah.
It's literally a thing. They
they're fucked.
put in the away supporter section a picture of Anne Frank. I don't know why. I don't know why.
See, that's the thing. Like, I see, City has to like
why,
crack down.
though?
On it,
Yeah,
like, dude,
dude.
it's getting out of hand.
But the thing, man, like Italy is so like.
And
like,
that's gonna stop players from wanting to go play there because like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get racially abused like every game I play in.
deal
Like,
with that
why?
every
Well, I mean,
game.
okay, like look at Osimhen. He's doing great, and
Osimhen.
everyone don't guys for real. Everyone in Napoli is doing the whole blackface.
Yeah.
They're painting their hair yellow
but that's
to
the
like.
they don't look
and
at it as a bad
They
thing.
don't think it as a bad thing.
Like they don't
but,
even
like,
consider it like, oh
like-
fuck, like I'm doing this, like I gotta be careful,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
sees like
exactly.
there's like oh gee man, and they just paint
Yeah,
their face.
they
like,
think it's crazy.
They don't think anything.
They made a pizza that they literally burnt the pizza, and then
Why?
yo, you didn't see it?
Dude,
I
it
saw
was
it
a
on
black.
Tik-
It was a
Yeah.
black
Oh my
pizza.
god,
Yeah.
dude.
No,
Those
no,
are-
they didn't burn it. It was black. Like they put like I guess whatever food coloring or whatever
Oh,
it was.
so
They
it's
made
like
a black
Oh,
dough.
like a
so it was a black
carbone?
It was like a black dough, and then
Yeah,
they got
you're
like
the
this.
chef, pal.
They got this like other piece of black dough. Like he cut it for like the mask. Put the mask on. He put like corn as the hair. He
Yeah.
put cheese as like the smile.
dude.
I was like, man, like,
But that's
like,
the thing. Like Osimhen sees that now and says, "Oh, dude, I'm worshipped." Fast forward, he has one bad game.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the first ones
That's what I mean. Like,
facing and doing
Italy's
something
just-
fucked up.
yeah, especially like, Italy has they're bad for that, especially like they're just so far behind with like.
Yeah,
with
because
that kind of
I
stuff,
mean,
man.
like, look, the way they are, they just like again, this has been going on since the early 2000s, like,
Yeah.
and it's been a dominant problem within the league. Whether it's fascist remarks, whether it's racist remarks, like everything is happening there in
Yeah.
Italy. But you don't see them doing. Oh yeah, we're gonna give them $10,000 fine. What the fuck is $10,000?
Yeah, what's that really doing
a
to
club
them?
that is worth $1 billion?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to
You
do
know
like
what I mean? Like,
stadium bans.
No, yeah,
like,
they
yes,
need to-
but
they
that's
need
the
to
thing.
actually
They
do
won't
these
stadium
things.
ban because the economy in Italy is so shit
They can't
that they
afford it.
need those ultras to go there and do that. Like,
and
See,
spend
that's
the
the problem.
money.
They know they can get away with things, so like they're just like, okay,
Obviously, they're gonna keep doing it. It's
slap
like
me on the wrist. I'm gonna. Just,
That-
yeah,
dude,
dude, it's
if
for
they-
them it's nothing. It's chump change. It's like, take
they know they're just okay. Yeah, you can still go back to the next game though. Oh, okay. What do you think they're gonna do the next
yeah,
game?
something needs to
like,
happen.
In the Prem-
that's just on that's on the league. for
in the
me. That's-
Prem, you see like literally. I think it was Tottenham. Who was the player that somehow jumped out of the stands and punched someone? It was again. He punched Richarlison. I want to say it was Richarlison. I could be wrong.
I don't think it was. It was wait the guy who when Grealish is on Villa.
Yeah. Oh well. Besides that, actually, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the guy who just jumped on the field and punched him in the back of the head.
I know it's more of an isolated situation because you fucking saw his face and everything.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's still the thing that like the Prem actually cracks down on stuff like this. You know, the Prem will see a guy. Oh, you're a stadium holder. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. It's revoked. You're done.
Season ticket holder, not stadium holder.
Season ticket.
If they're a stadium holder, that's pretty impressive.
I was gonna say I have a lot of money. My buddy Sano's a Green Bay owner.
Yeah, he is.
Crazy. But yeah, like they actually crack down on stuff like that. And like again, the Prem is more of an intimate atmosphere. You know, you see those stands right behind the goal; they're right there.
Yeah.
You know, like you can hear it all.
They're right beside the field. They're literally like on the
field. In Italy, the worst part is there's always that track right behind the net. Like so, there's adamant space. Yet these guys are loud enough that there's still racist chants and shit like that. And it's like
it's so bad. It's actually so bad. Like, it's actually like talking about it like this, but
it's redundant.
That's Italy. That's Italy, guys. And
we're Ultras 11.
I think that's where we're gonna stop things right there because obviously with the garage talk, if we keep talking, that's what usually happens. We're not gonna stop. So I gotta end things off there. I hope you guys enjoyed this new little segment of ours. It's just something we're testing out now. I think it's gonna be a good little addition to the end of the show. But let us know what you guys think about it. If you guys haven't yet, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Julian, Ro, thank you for coming today. It's always a pleasure to have you, buddy.
A pleasure. Julian, Ro.
Both names, man. People know him by Julian. People know him by Ro.
I know him by
both sides.
I know him by JR.
Both sides, baby.
JR. JLR.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
For Lucho.
Yeah.
My manager, baby.
It's Luis, but whatever. Yeah, see you later.